Science. So we're going to show you how to do the programming part now of the next part of this project. So the last time we finished on the UV mapping. So now we have our design on here. So what we need to do now is go back to, first of all, we'll go back to default to show you what it looks like. Default. Okay, so yours may look like this. If it looks like this, then what you need to do is just to go here, down the bottom here, click on this and click on texture. And then hopefully you should have the texture here, okay? So next thing we want to do is look at what's called game logic, okay? So we're going to write a program to make our van move. I'm going to show you how to do that. So click up here and click on game logic. Okay, so here's some things we can. So we're going to start our program here. So we're going to click New File. So the first thing we're going to do is import some libraries that we're going to use. PGE. That's the wrong word there. Import. PGE. Import game logic. So these are some of the libraries we're going to use to help us make our game. So the game logic and the BGE libraries are needed to make our van move. So we're going to create a variable called controller equal to game logic dot get current controller. Okay, so we're going to, this is going to be our controller to be able to make us move the van around. Okay, press enter. We're going to create another variable called movement equals controller, variable we just made, dot actuators. So actuators is a way of moving things. So an actuator means to move or to make something happen. We use square brackets, speech marks, motion. Okay. And then we're going to call Pat is the name of our van here. We're going to use that later on. And it's the controller dot owner. Okay. So now we're going to map the keys. So we're going to map the up, down, left, right keys, so we can use the keys to make our car move. So this is very important. Make sure you follow the case correctly. So it's a capital U, P equals controller, which is the variable we made up here, and we're looking at the sensor. It's going to be mapped to key up. Make sure you followed the case correctly. So it's key up with a capital K and a capital U. That's very important when we come to do some more stuff on this. What we need to do now is make one for all of these. So we can simply just copy this one and make 4 of them. I'm just going to change it. For the next one's going to be down. We're going to change this to down as well. Okay, and again left here as well. Okay, and of course right. Okay. Yeah. So that's the keys. I'm just going to put a comment in there. So to put a comment, you put a hashtag. So we're just going to call this map the keys to the controller. Okay. And in this one, I'm going to create a speed variable. variable. So it's going to be speed equals pat, which is the name of our van here. And we're going to call it speed. Okay. So now we're going to make. Now we've got all our sensors mapped and our keys mapped. What we're going to do next is to make a little decision part of the program. So we're going to add if key up. So that's the name of our variable here. Key up here. If key up is positive, so dot positive. So if we press the key up, that means if we're pressing key up, then we increase the speed. So speed plus equals. So that's a short way of adding speed to this variable. So our speed variable is set here. And we're going to make it to 0.1. And then else if key down is pressed, so that's the key down is positive, then we do the opposite. So make sure to make it be semicolon in there. Speed plus equals 0.1. So that, what we're doing here is we're gonna, if a key, this time it should be minus, sorry, minus, not plus. Because in this one we're adding 0.1 to the speed, and this one we're taking away 0.1. So it means that our van moves off, and as you hold down the speed button, it keeps getting faster and faster. Okay. And then we're going to do speed star equals 0.9. Now next thing we'll look at is steering then. Steering, so we're going to steer. This is the turning the car. Okay, so we're going to do steering, similar idea. RING equals 0, so it's nothing at the minute. Set it to 0. Okay. So we're going to make a statement here. If left key, so that's left, is positive, POA, yeah. Then we want the steering to equal speed divided by 10. So that means then whenever we turn the keys, it will turn the car. Okay. This one then, steering equals 0 minus the speed divided by 10. Okay, so last thing we need to do is to set the movement based on 3D axis. Okay, so movement dot DLOC equals speed 0, 0. Okay, so what this means is X, Y, and Z. So this may have to change depending on what way yours is set up. But at the minute we want speed to go in the X direction, so hopefully that's the way our car is moving. And then we do, so that's direction logic, DL. This one's going to be rotation. movement d dot ROT, sorry, that's it, equals, and this one's going to be 0, comma 0, steering. Okay, and then we do controller dot activate movement. Oh, capital letter MOVENT. Last one then, path is speed equals speed. Okay, so that should be it. I will put a link to this as well so you can copy down the code in case you make a mistake. But we'll do the next part, which is connecting all the logic controllers down here. We'll try that first, and then we'll come back to the next part.